Great work. That's exactly the kind of result I'm looking for. Keep it up. Looks like one of your rivals has also been invited to a historical event. This could be a good opportunity to play up your...
Practice sessions are vital for the continuing development of the car. But if you need to, you can choose to simulate the session instead. It won't
Bahrain qualifying is nearly upon us and the drivers look as if they're all geared up to go. I expect we'll be getting underway very shortly. Now then, Anthony Davidson, you're not getting any younger, but you have been involved in your fair share of qualifying sessions in an illustrious 30-year career. How do you deal with the pressure when you have that one chance to deliver a perfect lap?
It's not so much about dealing with the pressure, it's more about how you approach the risk and just how much of it are you willing to take. You're constantly balancing the car on the edge of grip from braking, cornering and traction. And over the course of a lap, it's easy to get that balance wrong.
So far our fastest lap is a 1 minute 29.3. We have 2 laps of fuel remaining.
With qualifying finished, it's time to remind ourselves of our top 3. Hamilton, the Flying Finn, and Valtteri Bottas. With qualifying wrapped up, we now have our grid lineup for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race.
Well done. Very solid results. You're looking good for the race.
The curtain rises once more then on the desert stage of Sakir as the players take their places for the opening act. Will they enthrall us like they did in 2014 with that titanic battle between Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton? Well, we'll find out shortly as we get underway here in Bahrain. We'll be racing around 3.36 miles of the magnificent Bahrain International Circuit today. Keep an eye out for drivers locking the front left down into the tricky braking zone of turn 10. And with me as usual is Anthony Davidson. Now let's kick off our conversation with Alexander Albon. As ever, the threat of unreliability is never far away, and indeed they'll be starting out of position today due to a power unit component change. So it's going to be a difficult task to move forward from there.
But on the bright side, at least those fresh components can help them maintain the power they need to come through the pack. I expect to see them take a more aggressive approach today to make up for the compromised start.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and the Flying Finn completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Leclerc, Max Verstappen, and Perez, Magnussen, Hülkenberg, Gasly, and Lance Stroll, Ricciardo, Raikkonen, Carlos Sainz, and Norris, Giovinazzi, Fiat, Roman Grosjean, and Alexander Albon. They've taken a grid penalty. Russell and Robert Kubica takes...
Now that we've got some points on the board, let's continue this form and aim for another top 10 finish. Everything looks good on the power unit cycle, so let's concentrate on bringing tyres and brakes up to temperature. Conditions look stable at the moment. No rain currently.